Art Tip 1. Using a baby wipe as a smooth ink applicator. Today, as I was making a birthday card, I could not find my Ranger ink applicator, the one with the felt pads, to smooth the ink across the paper like I wanted for a soft ink application. Instead, I reached for my package of baby wipes. I was very happy with the soft look of the ink across the card that was achieved with using that baby wipe. This technique may or may not have been demonstrated in other YouTube videos, but I wanted to share my discovery here with you at my channel. Hi, I am making some cards. Yesterday was National Card Day, I believe, October 6th. And, but this is October 7th. So as always, I'm doing my card the day after National Card Day, but that doesn't make any difference. When I was doing these, I discovered something that I want to share with you. And here's the front of the card. This is going to be a birthday card, and here is the inside. It's for the month of October. I have some old stickers of fall leaves that say happy birthday and a couple butterflies there. But what I wanted to share with you, you know, I've been looking all over for my little ink smoosher thing with the felt tip. I cannot find it. I cannot find it. I don't know what I did with it. So in desperation, I wanted this soft look that I achieved here without taking my ink and which I do a lot anyway, and swoosh across there. That kind of gives a hard edge of swiping. But I wanted that soft look and the soft look that I got in here. And what I discovered, and this is the tip that I want to share, baby wipes. Baby wipes come to the rescue. This is a fun, and in fact, you don't even need this much. You can see I tore off that much to do what I just showed you on the card. I'm just going to tear off some here. We'll just use that much. I'm going to put that on this cheapskate. I'm going to put the rest back in here to use at another time. Anyway, so, and I'm using Tim Holtz Ranger Distress ink on the card. So all I do is just take my baby wipe, kind of fold it flat so it has a flat surface, and just take and smoosh it on the card, and it gives me a very soft application of the Distress ink. Now the card is a little wet, so you'll want to put it under something before you, and after you let it dry, to let it kind of shape itself out again. It's not soaking wet, it's just a little wet from the baby wipe. Let's put some more in here. And I like that soft feel to the card. So this is just a short quick tip. If you cannot find your little ink applicator where you kind of smooth things on from the, there are a lot of videos out there that on YouTube that show you how to do that. You kind of start from your craft sheet and you have your little handheld applicator with a little felt piece on it, and you just kind of swoosh like that. Well, I can't find it. So if all else fails, get out the baby wipes. Now I thought, well, that worked so nice, I want to do something matching on the envelope. And here's where I don't know what's going to happen. I don't want to do it with the Distress ink because I know this Distress ink will, when it comes in contact with water, will reconstitute again, and I really don't want it to do that. So I'm going to try it with my StazOn. This same thing with brown StazOn. In fact, I'm going to fold my baby wipe differently so I know for sure I'm getting the StazOn. I'm going to do it on the envelope because I know StazOn will not. Now this says it's a timber brown, and it is a timber brown, but it looks a little bit more like a purple brown to me. But that's because I'm used to see the difference? So I'm going to do something a little different here after I get this brown applied to my, in fact, I think I'm going to do it clear across the card, the envelope. I like that. Let's do it on the back. And StazOn ink will not rub off or get wet when it gets wet again. I'm not worried about sending it on the outside of an envelope. Let's do a little of this on the card here, just to kind of make them match. We'll give this a two-tone brown. How fun is this if you lose your felt tip or your felt pad with your applicator? Just break out a baby wipe. And I think I'll just do it around the edges here. Just enough to give it a little color on the edge that matches the envelope. Now this may have been discovered by somebody else at another time. I don't know. I haven't watched every YouTube out there on card making. I'm new to card making, sort of. When I say new, I mean I have not been making cards for years and years and years. I've just started making cards about a year ago. And I do not make them on a regular basis. I make them when the occasion arises. I'm going to set my card aside, and I'm going to set the StazOn aside and go back to my distress. I was thinking you could do this on tags. Here's a tag that I did with Illusions ink. It's got a very fallish color, doesn't it? But it doesn't. You still see the manila around here. You can say you're doing a fall tag, and you want that tag to be a little bit more of a fall brown color rather than a manila color. Just kind of softly go in there with your distress, almost as if you would with a stain. Only with a stain you get, it's more of a wet application with a stain. This is more of an ink application with your baby wipe. It's a little bit more of a drier application. Now, I'm going to come back in and just, this is what I would do without the ink pad. But you can see, you can soften that up too. And I do this, where I'm just swiping my ink pad across the side of the card. I do this a lot. Or the tag here, not the card. But you can with the distress ink, you can kind of soften those lines where, if you get at it right away. And my little baby wipe is getting used. Let's do some more in here. Let's do it with an ATC. Say you want just a little bit more depth, D-E-P-T-H, depth, to an ATC that you're making. This happens to be the back of some Christmas paper, scrapbook paper that I had that I didn't really care for the front, but I liked the back. I like the back because it has all these little cameo, I don't know how much you can see of it without this, with this light. So I don't really have anything in mind for this ATC. I'm just doing it to show you what a soft application of this distressed ink you can get by using your baby white in place of one of those ink felt pad applicators. So, and here I did it with my ATCs, my baby white on tags, on ATCs, on the envelope, and on the card itself. Just kind of distressed and grunged it up. So that was my tip for today. I still have some things I want to do on this card. I want to put it under something to weight it down, to flatten it out again. But I have some writing to do on it. So that was my tip for the day. Just a short video to share with you what I learned making my happy birthday card for October. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please subscribe to my channel because I will be doing more art videos in the future.